Hey guys, welcome to the Sunday Night Power Planning. It is August 2nd. That's right, somehow it has already become August. I've actually practiced saying that in my head because I wasn't sure if August would come out because it just seems so crazy. But we have a lot to talk about tonight. It is the first, it's not really the first, but it's pretty much the first of the month. So we have all kinds of stuff there. We have an amazing promo going on right now that we'll talk about. We have auto ships coming out. It's free credit day. So anyway, before we get rolling, we are going to set our goal for the month. So this is basically your rate of run that we talk about every single week, but this is kind of on the backwards of rate of run because you don't really have much of a run happening yet, although some of us do thanks to this promo. But what I want you to do is write on a sheet of paper, what is your goal, your team goal for the month? I will tell you, my team did 150 last month. Thank you, Laura. So I've set the goal for 170 this month. So when I look at $170,000 and I break that down by 31, because we have 31 days, that comes up to a total of $5,484 a day that our team needs to churn out to reach that goal. So then what I do, and I'm old school, I have the giant calendar. Some of you may, some of you may not. Then what I do is every Saturday, can you see? I take, so it's the second, so today, I'm sorry, yeah, this was Saturday, that was the first. So that was easy, that was the 5,484. By next Saturday, it needs to be 43,872, 8210, 120, so on and so forth. So what you're gonna do is set a weekly goal. Now, why do you do that? Because if you don't measure it, it ain't gonna happen. Has that been lining up for you in the past? You mean the goal setting, or you can unmute if you want to ask me a question.
I was just wondering, I'm just curious, have the dollar amounts been lining up with your goal as far as what's showing in the cloud and what's showing on your calendar?
Oh, well, that's what I was just going to talk about then. Yeah, I know what you mean. So no, it doesn't always add up, especially if there's a promo or if there's an auto ship. I feel like the earlier in the month that you are, when there's a promo or an auto ship, your rate of run and your goal they're gonna vary a little. Obviously, the last couple weeks you're gonna be closer to the real number. But what it does for me is by this coming Saturday, our team should be looking at 43,872. Knowing that and having that number in front of me means I can look back and be like, hey, we're low. Like if you're already low in the first week, you've got, we have 4 weeks to make it up this month. But if we're already high, I'm not going to read too much into being high at that point because we have a promo going till the 12th. But I just like having that number to kind of keep me on track. Mainly for me, I'm looking to see if we're low. I'm just always like, hey, are we low? Are we low? If we're below that number, then I'm definitely working towards that. But for sure, after that, probably the first 10 days, even the first maybe 5 or 6 days, that's when I really shift my rate of run mindset to like, okay, what are we really at? Like, what are we actually doing every day in comparison to what our goal was? So yeah, it's not always accurate, but I just personally like to have that number to keep an eye on, making sure we don't go below that number. And again, yeah, promos, auto ships, it totally throws everything off. But so anyway, I want everyone to know, I don't know what your goal is, only you know. Take your goal for this month. Maybe you want to be 12K, maybe you want to be 18K, maybe you want to be 60K. I don't know. Like, I'm not talking what rank do you want to hit. I'm talking what volume do you want your team to do by the end of this month. Take that number and divide it by 31. That's going to give you the average sales you and your team need to do every day. Again, average. Some days are going to be high, some days are going to be low, but this will help keep you on track. And I actually keep it, it's right in front of me. Like that's how I am. I can't, if I put important things on this little black screen, it doesn't work well for me. I have to have them in writing in front of me. That's just the way I work. Okay, so now that you have that in front of you and you know, now we can really like dig into this month. We have, I would tell you right now to go ahead and mark on your calendar the 5th, the 15th, and the 25th if you haven't already. Those are your auto ship days. I don't want to call auto ships free money because obviously it's not free. You've worked for it. Your team has worked for it. But those are days that you can't just let float past you. You've got to work for those auto ships. So if you want that residual returning business and you want that money just coming in, like you want to wake up on the 5th and be like, ah, I'm above schedule, then you got to work for it. And so as early as tonight, when we get done with this, why we're on here right now, I want you to go into your team. So you're going to log into the cloud. You're going to go into the My Team. You're going to go down to a customer button. You're going to scroll all the way over to the right-hand side. At the very top, it's going to say Next Auto Ship. You're going to click that button twice. And that's going to populate them for you by date. So you're going to see who's coming up. So right now, you need to look and say, here are the names of the people who have auto ships coming out on August 5th. I almost stuttered on that August part. I will have August down here really soon. So based on what you're seeing, so for example, I have 3 people that are supposed to be getting auto ships on the 5th. I need to reach out to all 3 of those people. And I need to talk to them about what they're doing this weekend. I need to say, hey, Brianna, I saw you guys went camping over the weekend. What campground was that? Stacy, I saw that your brother came in from out of town. When was the last time you got to see him? Now, what the hell does that have to do with an auto ship, you might be thinking? It has to do with customer service. It has to do with connecting with them first, because it's probably been a week or two. These are people who have been on auto ship now for a few months. So we're past the thing where we're checking in on them every day. We're living our life. We're commenting on each other's stuff. So I want to make sure I connect with them on a personal level first. And then they might say, we had a horrible time camping. Nobody got any sleep. Or my brother came back into town because my so-and-so is getting married. Like, whatever it is they're going to talk about, we're going to chit chat. And then I'm going to find a way to say something about, hey, now that I just realized here, we've been talking these last couple of days, you have an auto ship coming out on the 5th. What can we do to get you ready for your cousin's wedding? Or what can we do to help you recover from these camping weekends where no one's getting any sleep? Like, if you guys are the mom and you're on the camping trip and you're in charge of literally everything, because that's what moms do on every camping trip, like every camping trip, but they want to go camping because they want to be with their families, those moms definitely need to make sure they're getting plenty of Thrive. Maybe they need to add on a plus line item. Maybe camping is going to start calling for Activate. Maybe they need Move now because they're sleeping in a weird bed once a week. Like, whatever it is, just get creative, go with the conversation, but start talking to people tonight. And then make sure by tomorrow you bring up their auto ship, because you only have until the 4th, the end of the day on the 4th, to change it. You don't want someone getting an auto ship that A, they're not prepared for, or B, that they're like, oh shoot, I wanted to add, or I wanted to switch, right? You want to be there for your customer. So I harp on it every single week, and I'm sure those of you that are here every week hate hearing me say it once again, but here we are yet again. Make sure you're talking to your auto shippers. Moving right along, today is free credit day. That's a big day around here. Now that is what I will call free money, even though I do know we work for it, but that I will call free money. So for those of you that are new, because I know personally on our team, we have a ton of new people. Free credit day is exciting because A, you've got free credits to spend on product. And maybe you're new, and maybe this is how you're even getting started as a promoter. So those credits are in your account. They can be put towards product, single items, single line items. So what I'm saying is you can't buy a promoter pack with it. You can't put credits on those, but you can buy line items with your credits. And if that's what you need to do, hop on, get your order in, get your product on yourself, and be thriving. If you're already thriving and you have credits and you're like, oh, this is kind of extra for me, what can you do with them? Oh my gosh, start filling up the chat, please, with what they can do with their credits. For new people who are right now going, I have $50 of credits in my account. I don't even know what I would do with these. What would you guys do with those credits? They can be passed down to your customers. They can be passed down to your promoters, but there's lots of different things that you can do. Like, and I don't want to steal because I want people to start typing. I want you guys to be interactive with my Zoom, okay? Trying to be subtle, but I'm basically saying start type. Thank you, Laura. Pay for shipping. Yes, you could offer free shipping to a customer. Give some credits for people. Oh, I like that, Natasha. So good one. So she is growing her network by saying, hey, Bob, don't you guys love it? It's always Bob and Sally for me. Hey, Bob, let's say Natasha has $10 in credits. That's not enough to buy a product, but she could say, hey, Bob, do you know a couple of people who would like to try Thrive that we could talk to? Well, if Bob gets 2 people and they actually create accounts where they make a username and a password, words are hard. She could say you can get $2 or you could get $5, whatever it is, but she's using that to build her network. Because remember, I know you know a ton of people. You know way more people than you know. But if you start thinking of the people that you know, that they know, those people that they know, it's endless. So build those networks. That's awesome, Natasha. I share for people. Ricky says I share with people to get started. Yeah. And so it could be so much as like I know when I first started, I think I was offering, I did the VIP 800. So I had that $100 in credits. And so I offered 4 people $25 off their first month. Easy peasy. That's easy math. And yes, Natasha, right now, when somebody signs up during this promo, they get $25 in free credits. So credits upon credits upon credits. It can just get really exciting around here. Oh, there was a man in my front yard. Sorry. He's moving on. Anyway, so yeah, credits can be passed down. Now, let me just say really quickly, the promotion that's happening right now, that's going from the 1st to the 12th, the $25 credits that people are getting for a new customer or promoter account, those are non-transferable. So what that means is that the person who gets them has to be the person that spends them. So, and that's not a bad thing. Like, it's great to have credits that you can spend. So just make sure that if you're signing someone up as a promoter and they're excited about that $25, make sure they know that that's theirs to spend on themselves, not to pass down. Whereas when they earn credits from refer to or from VIP bonuses, or if they want to take commission checks and convert them to credits, those can totally be transferred down. You can always transfer credits down. You can't send them back up. Like, I love some of my uplines, and that'd be awesome to be able to, like, oh, hey, I had a great month. Here's $50. But first of all, they don't need it for me. But it can't go that way. I share with new people or maybe a customer who had 1 referral, but not. Yeah. So if you have somebody who's already got their 1 referral order, but they need a second, because, a lot of times in life, when somebody first starts thriving, they've got a bestie, right? They've got their best friend or their sister or their mom. They've got somebody who's like, oh, I want to do it too. So a lot of times you'll find it's easier for someone to get 1 referral, but it's that second sometimes that get people stuck. But if you can look at that customer and say, hey, you know what? I've got $20 that I can throw at a new customer to help you get that referred to. It makes it a lot easier when they're talking to their not so best friend about getting started. We actually have a girl on our team, Kayla Ours, who just had this very simple little graphic that said $10 off your first month, and then her upline threw in free shipping. And you guys, she took that $10 in free shipping and she ran with it. Like, there are so many times where I'm like, oh, I've only got $50. Kayla totally changed my mind. Like, shame on me. That would have been 5 customers to her. She would have gone out. So you don't have to give it away. You don't have to give away the horse, but please know that today being Free Credit Day means that a lot of you are now in the position to help people get started. You are also in the position, again, if you're new, you're in the position to go ahead and order some extra product on your next round. Maybe get an extra box of capsules so you have capsules to sample for people. Maybe get an extra box of like a plus line product that you've never tried so that you can try and you can help sample it with people. I'm a huge fan of having Blast on the shelf because for like birthdays and thank yous and things like that, it's, have a blast on your birthday. It's been a blast having you as a customer. Like, I'm totally cheesy, but I use that a lot, and it mails very easily in one of these. This is just a little note card. Like, that looks really big on the screen. It's not. See, it's not really big. It mails super easy. Just pop it in there and put it in the mail. Cheesy, but awesome. Thanks. I should get a t-shirt that says that. Cheesy, but awesome. Okay, so Free Credit Day, auto ships. I'm not going to go into the whole promo that's actually going on right now because I know most teams have done a video about it, a live. I saw Susan Kaufman has done a live on her team page about it. I've done a live, and I've actually posted that on my YouTube, which, you know what, now that I said it, Susan's probably put hers on her YouTube also. If you are new, please don't think, oh, Tammy already saw yours. Go watch Susan's anyway, because sometimes you just have to hear it from someone else. It might come out different or it might click. The more you know, the better you're going to do. Because again, I know for newbies, this current promo can be kind of confusing, but you have tons of support to help explain it to you. So even if you have listened to mine or you've listened to Susan's, I would still look for another one to listen to, just so you can make sure you didn't miss a detail, or maybe I missed a detail when I was talking about it. I think it was 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning, and mine was not smooth, but we did get it out there. So what I want to talk about now is, because now we're supposed to just be planning our weekend. I've already talked for 16 minutes. I want to throw out something for you guys that I think, well, I heard it yesterday on Brittany Williams' Zoom, which if you missed her Zoom yesterday, it was her power planning Zoom. She has it recorded and it's on the Team Passion page. I know some people are newer and you might not be on all the team pages, which is okay, because sometimes that can be overwhelming when you're new. But if that is something you want to see, let us know. We'll make sure you get added to the Team Passion page. But something she said that at first I was like, huh? Yeah. She said in social media, you need to be predictable. So I was like, huh? Like, I thought we were supposed to be like jazzy and like get people excited about stuff. But she didn't say your post couldn't be fun and engaging. She just said you need to be predictable. And the more I think about that, that's very true. That's why we talk about making sure you show up every day on social media. Make sure you're in your stories every day, showing your thrive. You can still show your life. We want you to show your life because we want you to live a life. But it's very predictable. Like, I can guarantee if you follow my stories, you're going to see me with bedhead taking Thrive. You're probably going to see a flower at some time during the day or a dog. You are 110% going to see me at my other jobs, because I'd like to show that thanks to Thrive, I can do all the things. I am very predictable in that way. And this is kudos to actually Laura Wernsman's daughter. She came to the house to help me with our one business for social media, because it's our fourth business. And I was just like, whoo, overwhelmed. And she said, why don't we come up with like a calendar, like just like a daily theme? And for any of you that have been around for a while, yes, some leaders have talked about this, but did it ever really click with me? No, not until I was using it for my other business. I don't know why, but it didn't click until I was doing that. So for example, for our other business, these are our hashtags. We have Makeover Monday, Testimonial Tuesday, Work It Wednesday, Thrifty Thursday, okay, on and on and on. So what we did was we thought of things that connected to the business, and we just made it like a theme of the day, because here's the struggle that I think a lot of us have. Oh my God, what am I going to post today? What am I going to talk about today? How am I going to show up on social media today and talk about my business today? Like, right? Like, it's just, some days it's hard, and some days you're busy. Like, so there are some days where I'm like, oh crap, I got to do a post. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But now I can be like, oh, it's Wednesday. Oh, Work It Wednesday. And I will come up with something, right? So I'm going to throw out some ideas of just some stuff I wrote down. So in addition to my Ben Boss job list, I also have one, because we started a customer group called Vibin' and Thrivin'. So now I have a list for that, because I don't want to wake up on a Tuesday and be like, I don't know what to post. So anyway, so I wrote some things down. I don't think you have to use the same thing every day, but I feel like if you have some things to help trigger your post, it will make posting so much easier. And when posting is easy, it gets done, right? That's why Thrive happens every day, because it's easy. So I'm going to throw out some stuff, and this is definitely where it's going to be cheesy but awesome. Back to Natasha's comment. But I also want you to fill the chat, please, with your ideas. So for example, Move It Monday, Make It Happen Monday, Make Over Monday. You guys, any of those could connect Motivation Monday. So if you have that thought in your head, you could easily do something about your Thrive life. And remember, it doesn't have to be, it's like when I say Makeover Monday, a lot of you probably were like, ooh, before and afters. Maybe. But maybe you made over your financial life. Maybe you made over a relationship with your kids, because now you're a much more involved mom. Mom's Magic Monday, like, think of what you love about Thrive like for me, it was energy, it was sleep, it was clear headed, it was being able to like build a business, financial freedom. These were things that it meant to me. But maybe you're a mom, like, so I'm thinking of Olivia, a mom, she's a mom with 4 kids. Like, this is definitely mommy's magic pill. I don't think you should call it that, like leave the pill out, but mommy's magic is good, right? Tantrum Tuesday, talk about how it helps you deal with your kids having a tantrum. Wednesday, I don't know. Anyway, let me go. So Transformation Tuesday, Tip Tuesday, Wear It Wednesday, Wi-Fi Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, which I know makes you all laugh because it's like back to college, but you can easily feature your shake. Like, what are you doing different? Maybe you put frozen fruit, maybe you use spinach, maybe you throw in Boost, maybe you throw in Blast. Maybe you're out riding your bike and it's hot as Hades, so you're drinking an Activate, like whatever. It could be just be Thirsty Thursday, Thankful Thursday, Freebie Friday, Feature Friday, Sample Saturday. That's the one I'm totally going to use to keep myself consistent with sampling. Sunday Fun Day, and nobody is filling anything in the chat for me, but you get the drift of what I'm saying. And so I would encourage you tonight to come up with your own, and you don't have to write all those down, but you personally come up with one a day that you're comfortable with. Over time, you're going to come up with more, and that's okay. But this will be the thing that will help you be consistent. So when you go to do your social media posting, here's why this also helps me. So for example, this morning, it's Sustainable Sunday for our other business that's on Sundays. Before I even got out of bed all the way, I was like, I got to get this post done. So I literally get on, do my job, because I know that's my job for the day. It's that Sustainable Sunday post. And then I get up and go about my life. Whereas if you're like, oh, I can't think of what to post, I'm going to scroll for some ideas. Who here has ever scrolled for ideas and then realized 2 hours later, you not only don't have an idea, but you just bought a pair of shoes you don't need. You've sent a meme to 3 friends that is, it's so true. So instead, when I look at my list of, okay, it's Tip Tuesday, let's come up with a tip. Or it's Transformational Tuesday, let's go find that transformation. It keeps me on task. And by being on task, I can get on and get off, and then do my reach outs, because your money is made in Messenger. Your money is not made in social media. Social media is what gets people intrigued, curious, excited, but it is not where the money is made. You guys all know, all the faces on here I know for a fact have been in group chats. You know, group chats with potentials is where the orders come from, where promoters are made, right? So if you can stay more on task with your posting, which helps you be consistent. And you guys, there's no reason. So like tomorrow, if it's Move It Monday, you can have a post about Move It Monday, and your stories, you could talk about Move It Monday. They can totally go together. Like, you don't even have to be, you don't have to come up with different things. So I just feel like this takes a load off, and in a weird way, it makes it more of a to-do, not weird. I don't know. It just makes it more of a to-do list thing for me, to where I get on and do it and get off, instead of being like, well, I wonder what that Courtney Glazer girl posted last week, because she's making millions of dollars. So I'm going to go scroll her page and see what's going on in her life. You guys all know you've done it. There's somebody somewhere that you're like, I'm going to go see what she posted because she makes a lot of money and everybody loves her, and I'm going to just copy her post, which there is a time and a place where you can copy posts. I'm not frowning on that at all, but I'm just saying, if you have that calendar, that you'll do so much better having something to follow. Because again, you got to do your reach out. So this week for reach outs, you got all your auto ship people to reach out to. There are definitely a ton of people who have been still vacationing and camping. So there's lots of photos. I've seen some weddings happening recently. I've seen some graduation parties happening recently. So again, when you see those pictures pop up and you are so tempted to be like, oh, cute, and you hit the love button, stop, click the person's name, click Messenger, and then say, I just saw Billy's graduation party. It looked like so much fun. Who did you have cater? Or I just saw Billy's party. He looked like he got a bunch of presents. I don't know. Always ask a question, I guess is my point. Where did you have it at? Did mom and dad come in from out of town? Like, whatever it is, don't just click that heart button. That you could literally spend all day long hearting and liking and hearting and liking. You could even throw in a care every now and then, and maybe a ha-ha. but it ain't making you money. What makes you money is when you actually say, oh, hey, that dress you wore to your niece's wedding was so pretty on you. Where did you find it? Simple, curious, and directly to the person. You will go so much further. And I don't know, maybe it's this way on my phone. So one way I like to do my reach outs is I go to stories to do it, but I think on my phone, I don't feel like I have as much control on my phone. Like I feel like they just go, and there's a bunch of you Thrivers that I love and adore, but a bunch of you that do stories, and I don't need to be on your stories. So when I actually go through my PC, the stories all line up on the side of my screen, and I can literally pick and choose whose story I go through. So I pick a non-Thriver, look at their story, ask them a question. Go down past the Thrivers, pick a non-Thriver, ask a question. Because remember, when you respond to somebody's story, you go directly into Messenger. And that's a great place to be, is in someone's Messenger. This is the same for Instagram. I don't care what you're on. I don't know a whole lot about TikTok and what's that other one? Twitter. I don't know a lot about these other ones, but that's okay. Like if you're on them and you know them and you're good at them, then like I'm just saying, make sure you're not spending time on Thrivers posts and stories, because they're not going to buy from you. They're already buying from someone else. Like that case in point, you're here to make money, right? So lots of reach outs opportunities. I don't know if I talk about it enough on here, so I'm going to say it really quick the last few minutes. Group chats are not for you. They are not for your upline. They are for your potential. Okay? They will actually alleviate a lot of stress and a lot of pressure off of you. So it's kind of a gift to you, but they are for the customer. So when I hear people say, oh, I don't know if I'm going to put her in one. She's really kind of shy. She typically doesn't like to talk to anybody about stuff. I'm here to tell you, I've done this for 5 years. I've had one person say she didn't want to talk on the phone, and she said it very politely. And after the fact, she was very willing to talk and chat. Turns out whoever it was she was sitting next to, she did not want them to know her personal business. So I get that. And I have had 1 or 2 people say, group chat. I think people have just been burned by group chats. Like the idea of a group chat freaks them out. And so I just respectfully say, thank you for letting me know. I will do, I'll communicate through your promoter. Any questions you have, she can find out from me, and I'll do, whatever. Typically it ends up being in a group chat anyway, when you respond like that, because it's human to human. But anyway, my point is group chats are for your customer or your potential promoter or your potential customer, whoever it is. People have questions, they deserve answers, and they don't have to get them from you. And that is where the pressure is taken off of you. The other nice thing is when you have these people in group chats, you have something to go back to. So I'm going to give, he's not on here because I think he's at work, but I'm going to give TJ a shout out. TJ does a really good job of at least once a week. And I can always tell when TJ's out, because for all of his group chats with me, they have a pink flower in the front. All the group chats he does with his other upline, Samantha, they have a cactus in the front. So that's how he keeps track of them. And I mean, I will just pick up the phone and there will be 7 with little flowers on them. And it's so like today, hey, Jennifer, just checking in to see how you're feeling. No big deal. One girl, he said, hey, just checking in to see how you're feeling about this first month. And she wrote back right away, not noticing much of a difference, but I just changed jobs. I'm switching from 4 p.m. to 6 a.m. I think that's messed with me, blah, blah, blah. We were able to talk to her about how that is super tricky, changing shifts, and talk about how not a lot of people like have a life change in the first month. So as you scroll down, blah, 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 she's definitely going on with her next order, and she's going to try to do the shake every day. Like, so we just talked her through it. But if he had not reached out to her and said, how is that going? I bet she was going to turn that auto ship off. Right? So just know that those are there in the beginning. They're definitely there for the customer to ask questions to get the support that they need, but they're also there for you to make your job easier. So if you're not using group chats and you're really nervous or worried about it, I don't even care who your upline is. You can call me or talk with me, and I will show you examples of how they work. Oh, I missed it. How do you transition from one-on-one chat to throwing into a group chat? Mine always seem to go silent. Whitney, a lot of times I don't ever tell them that I'm going to, hey, hold the phone, I'm going to throw you in a group chat. But as they start asking questions, I will most likely say something like, you know, I'm not totally sure. Let me see if I can find the answer. And then, oh, boom. Hey, Whitney, you asked me about XYZ, and my friend Laura, I know she'll know the answer. So I threw her in here. So I made a new chat with Laura. Laura, can you explain to Whitney how this works? I know how it works, but I'm not going to be the one telling her. I'm going to let Laura come in and tell her how it works. Right? So I don't say I'm going to throw you in a group chat. And it's also up to your upline, and uplines will get better and better. If I think back to some of the three-way calls and group chats that we probably did in the beginning, oh my God, I don't even know. Thank God they're not recorded. I would probably be so embarrassed. But I've just gotten much better, and your upline will get better and better too about when we get that group chat of asking questions and engaging, getting that person to start talking back. That's the thing. If somebody comes into group chat and they get real salesy, it's going to go silent. But if I go in and I'm like, oh my gosh, hey, Natasha was telling me that you're really struggling with sleeping. Like, can you tell me more about that? Like, what's happening with in your life? People want to talk about when they don't feel good. Natasha, I put a blue heart in the one I added Tammy to, and then I use the same format for my personal upline, who is Lacey, so that I would be able to see them, yes, in Messenger. Because you guys, the bigger your business grows, because like I said, your money is made in Messenger, the bigger your business grows, your Messenger can get a little crazy. So you're going to have upline chats, you're going to have downline chats, you're going to have just a regular conversation with friends. So by using little symbols in the front, you can find stuff easier. So if you make everyone that's a potential customer a flower, and then everyone that's a potential promoter a cactus, I'm just using weird examples. I know Sandra Delbeck loves a little cowboy face for her potentials because she can find them quickly. That's just a little tip to help manage your Messenger. That could be a whole other Zoom. I use a search function a ton. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. And that is the search function in Messenger is something that I knew it was there, but I didn't know the power of the search function in Messenger a long time ago. So like I would go into search and be like LOR and wait for Laura Wernsman to pop up. I'm like, oh, yep, there's my chat with Laura. Kids, you can go in there and type sleep, weight, exercise, like whatever keyword, and it will pull up any chat that you've had with somebody about that. So if you're like, my chats aren't organized, which is fine because we've all been there once, right? And I even have some that I will tell you still aren't organized. You can go in and you can start searching. And so when you see that you had the word sleep, and you can find all the messages and you'll see, oh, that's right, I forgot. Shantae told me she had trouble sleeping. Oh, and I haven't talked to her in months. Click. Hey girl, what's going on? What'd you do this weekend? Like just get a conversation started. So definitely use a search function. Thank you for that, Laura. I forget. It's amazing. Sometimes I forget how amazing it is. But anyway, so we've been on here forever. We have 5 minutes. Does anybody have any other questions they want to throw in here? Any other ideas for like a hashtag day? I will tell you when I was making my list for the other businesses that we have, I just went to Google and said Tuesday theme, Wednesday theme, and you'll get all kinds of ideas. You can just, it makes it super easy. But again, I'll be curious to see how you guys think. I just know me personally, if I get on Facebook to, if I'm like, okay, I need to make a post, what am I going to do? Somehow I end up on TikTok watching a girl make crab rangoon. I don't even know how it happened. I just know that I got on there to try to make a post, and before I knew it, I was on a whole other platform and I was watching a girl cook. So for me, if I'm like, okay, it's Wear It Wednesday, that means I'm going to show my DFT that I'm wearing. I'm going to ask people what DFT they're wearing, or it's Sample Saturday and I'm going to talk about samples. Then I don't have as high of a risk of going down that rabbit hole. So, okay, well, no one is giving me questions. So I hope this means you're ready for an awesome week. Lots to do. See you guys later. Bye.